kindred spirits. It's Miss Meek, and I share videos on homemaking, femininity, and more. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite ways to tap into my inner child, hence the rolling around on the floor. Well, without further ado, let's get started. Before I explain 5 ways of tapping into your inner child, I want to talk briefly about what it means to tap into your inner child. Our inner child is our most truest sense of self, who we are deep down inside, the version of ourselves that we don't always show others. And I have found it being, as time goes by, and especially since as I'm getting older and wanting to embrace motherhood, I think a lot about my own childhood, and I think about the things I loved at that stage of my life and how much of that is still very foundational to who I am today. And so without further ado, here are 5 ways of how to tap into your inner child. Number 1 is to get into creating again. I don't care if it's finger painting or drawing a sketch, whatever it is, wood shop or building things. Get into making things and not thinking about whether it'll come out perfect or whether it will come out the way that it's supposed to. Tapping into your inner child and learning how to create again is liberating for your inner person, because it's giving yourself permission to just do something because it's something you love or something you've been passionate about trying or doing, and not worried about whether it turns out the way that our expectations cause us to feel it must. Number 2 is to try new hobbies, whether they are ones that you used to enjoy or you want to give something brand new a try. Get into hobbies is another great way of tapping into your inner child, because it's giving yourself permission to do things outside of what you have to do, like working a job or cleaning the house or going to school. I've recently got into trying embroidery, and though I don't know that I'm doing it correctly yet or that it looks great, I'm just having fun trying something that I've always wanted to try ever since I was little, and it's been exciting just giving myself permission to try something new. Number 3 is to be daring. Sometimes as adults we are afraid of how things will look or afraid of being embarrassed. Well, one way that I choose to be daring is to dance and be spunky and have fun.
Go, Daddy-O! Go, Daddy-O! Go, Daddy-O!
And I try to just, especially in the evenings, I like to have some music playing, and sometimes I'm not even thinking about the movement that I'm doing. Even though I did used to dance and was a decent dancer, I now just dance for self-expression, and I just move the way that I feel the music is going, whether it's correctly executed or the movement is done the way that it should be done. I'm just dancing for the sake of connecting with myself and being playful about it. Number 4 is not caring, which kind of ties into the last few. Not caring what other people think is something that children do without thinking, until they get to an age where peer pressure comes into play. But prior to that, children just do what they want to do. They think the way they think, and they're not double checking whether it fits what society says they should think and feel and be. And so a way that I am aiming to do this, I'm looking at my notes, is sometimes I did this a lot as a kid, but I can't help doing it even as an adult. When me and my fiance go out on walks, I love to skip. And I just really enjoy just being free, not thinking about how I look, not thinking about what other people will say, but I just love skipping or just not worrying about what other people think I look like. A lot of times I have my hair in pigtails or little pom-poms, and you know, some people might think that looks juvenile or that looks immature, but instead of looking at it in that way, you can see it as, no, I'm the same person I've always been. No matter how old I get, I still want to help foster and nurture the deepest parts of me. And if today I feel like having my hair in some pigtails, I sure as heck will. Number 5 would be finding someone to embrace your inner child with. My partner is really good about doing this with me. Sometimes we have a board game night and we will just play Sorry, or we'll play other card games as a way of just having fun together. We're not thinking about who's gonna win. We're just being playfully competitive, or we'll go out and play bowling, or we will just go on a stroll and bird watch, or, you know, look at the clouds, or chase a butterfly. We're just expressing the innocent parts of ourselves that aren't weighed down with the pressures of being an adult, and it's a good place to be. So if you've been feeling a lot of stress about, I don't know how old you are, whether you've been an adult for several decades or whether you are just starting out in your adulthood and you're feeling a lot of pressure, balance it out. Of course, stick with being responsible and making mature decisions, but make a little bit of room for playfulness and just a little bit of childhood delight. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you like, again, please subscribe and share it with a friend or loved one, and I will see you guys in the next video.